It's not canon. I'm not going to make this canon. I'm going to ignore this. Not real.
Canon.
I know what they mean, but get over it.
It doesn't look like they have like a recruiting center, like where you come in and you like try out for being a Jedi.
More of a 1940s Germany kind of style. Is that new? That Harley Quinn thing? That's not new.
Every week you say something's new, and it's the same thing that was here last week.
Are you new?
You got observational issues.
Hey, what's new is that fucking attitude of yours. Oh, come on, man.
Try it. Drink it up.
Fucking Bill Cosby over here.
You're going to drink again, my comics.
You did nothing wrong. Free Bill Cosby.
That'd be a popular campaign.
The Unchosen Ones.
So glad there were no controversies this week.
Everybody loves everything, right?
But I heard I just heard like the absolute worst. People had, I have an inside person. They saw an early preview of episode 3 of The Acolyte, and it's the worst thing that Star Wars has ever. It's destroyed Star Wars. Like, these are literally the words. It destroyed Star Wars. It unwound everything from the.
They're saying it's taken away from Anakin's legacy.
I was waiting for that. I was like, I'm watching it. I'm like, this is going to be bad. This is going to ruin the entire franchise.
It's not canon. I'm not going to make this canon. That's what they keep saying. I'm going to ignore this. It's like canon. None of it's canon. It's not real. What are you talking about?
Well, they mean canon.
I know what they mean, but get over it. Like, it's not canon.
People are very upset.
You need to get a life.
I kept waiting, and all I kept doing was like, this is stuff that I've always wanted to know.
It's history of it.
Ever since the Jedi, you got the entire backstory of the Jedi from the prequels. Even before, even in the original, it's like, how do you become a Jedi? What are the steps? And then they show some of that in the prequels. You go through the trials, and it's very cold. But then even before that, like, it doesn't look like they have like a recruiting center, like where you come in and you like try out for being a Jedi.
No.
They go snatch your ass.
Yeah, it's more of a 1940s Germany kind of style.
I mean, they're not actually kidnapping people. They're
they're being, kind of are.
I mean, they're saying
they were forcing their hand.
They're saying they have a choice, but it's kind of intimidating.
The choice is, give me your kids or die.
Well, no, they didn't say. Now, see, we don't know what happened. So it might have been that because everyone's so pissed about Carrie-Anne Moss being killed in that really good fight scene in the first episode, which was just a sick fight scene. And, watching her do all that stuff again just gave you Trinity flashbacks. It was so cool. And then she's gone. And I'm like, oh, man, they did all the promotion with her. She did a little vignettes and stuff. And then she's gone 2 seconds. And then I was having an argument with Legion of Comics. Shout out to Legion of Comics. He's been one of our biggest supporters this whole time. And me and him go back and forth a lot. And as I was having the debate with him, it popped in my head like, oh my God, maybe the explosion didn't kill all the witches. Maybe the fire that May said is just the red herring. And actually what happened was somebody went over there and slaughtered them.
The witches are in on it?
No, the witches aren't in on it. Probably Indara, Trinity's character. Trinity. That's her name, Trinity. Right. She might have had other objectives, going to that planet, not only to, get the kids or get recruits, but also knowing that they were using the Force in ways that they don't approve of. Maybe she went there to wipe them out, or somebody else in the crew did, or probably not the guy that offed himself. He felt too guilty. So, and it's not going to be, what's his name? Master Soul, right?
No, he's a hero.
He's got, well, I mean, they could twist it, but I don't think so. He's too good natured. Was
that other guy in that state since then for 10 years?
Well, they said how long. He said he
hasn't spoken for 10 years.
Then that's how long he's doing. He's very guilt-ridden. Well, think about it. Your presence there wiped out an entire people.
All right. Get over it. There's tons of people in the galaxy.
Yeah, for someone that's religious like that, it hurt him, and he thought he was doing good in the universe, and he goes there, and the entire people get wiped out, and he blames himself.
He's gonna sit there.
It's like the equivalent of a modern day monk taking a vow of silence or something like that.
Stupid. Do good stuff.
So he is not. It's got to be her. She had to have done it. She had to have wiped out those witches, and she's probably the Sith master of May, and because they even made it a point to say that she doesn't know who her master is.
Sith lords are men. There's no female Sith lords.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's
First female Sith lord.
What's her name from Clone Wars? She never became a Sith Lord. She was only an apprentice. She was only an acolyte too. Ventress, Asajj Ventress. She never became an actual Sith. So maybe this would be the first female Sith Lord that we've seen.
Disney ruins everything. Okay, Disney.
But I'm holding out hope that Carrie-Anne Moss is the big bad of the season. I've been thoroughly enjoying it.
It was good.
It challenges you. It's
new stuff.
It's new stuff. It's new territory that they've never just explored before. And I've literally always wondered about that part of it.
At worst, it was entertaining. I mean, it wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen.
I mean, the sky is falling declarations. Like, what are they watching? I just don't get it.
These people basically haven't seen anything they've liked since Return of the Jedi. So are you a fan of Star Wars? Or are you just a fan of those 3 movies?
You know what happens a lot? I get into these arguments about, stuff that is good since episode 3. And everyone starts off with, there's been nothing good since episode 3. And then they'll go, except A, B, C, D, and E. I'm like, well, there you go. There's like 4 or 5 things you do like.
Right.
Like, are you entitled to love?
All or nothing.
Yeah, all or nothing. If I love everything, then it's good. If I hate even one part of it, it's all shit.
There's so much content. How could it all be good?
Yeah, exactly. There's not everything. I mean, there are a couple of animated things that I didn't really enjoy that much. Not many, just a few.
There's 100 different projects.
But it's not ruining anything for me. There's a million projects. Exactly. They paid $4 billion for it. So they're going to be making projects, and you're probably not going to like them.
The other thing, too, the comments, they're just trying to make money. Well, yeah, that's what they're doing. It's a business.
They are there to make money.
That's what Lucas was doing in the first 3, too. They were trying to make money.
They made tons of money, and they're always making money.
Yeah.
They're always making money with this stuff. It's a cash cow, and they keep thinking up new ways to tell new stories. And this is a new outlet. This is a great way to tell a new story that's not part of the Skywalker saga. About the getting into the weeds. This is kind of like, this is a little bit like Andor for Jedis. You know how Andor focused on the Empire. Yeah. This is like kind of Andor for Jedis. They're focusing in on the weeds of how they operate and how they bring in new people. And I find it fascinating. I mean, giving up they never really showed like a family upset about, hey, I have to give my kid up now. Right. This is the first time like you've seen someone with trepidation on that. And you would naturally, like, even the knock at the door is not appropriate. You could put up like, space billboards, like sign up to be a Jedi, but coming unannounced onto your planet, I want to test your kid. I want to take a blood sample. Like, yeah, you got to question that, Not saying the Jedi, people are upset. Oh, the Jedi are bad. They're trying to show the Jedi as being bad. They're not bad.
Two sides to everything.
They're not infallible though. They're not infallible. No one is. Otherwise, that's super uninteresting. Even Superman is not infallible. So you gotta be able to have you gotta be able to tell stories.
They keep bitching about there's nothing new. This is new. This is different.
Right.
And then if you do something that's not new, you go, I want something new. You cannot win.
You can't win. You can't win.
Just stop watching it.
Right. I think that people that are the people that are
Roadhouse. Just say no Roadhouse.
Roadhouse Mad Libs. Yeah. Roadhouse Mad Libs. Yeah. No, the people that are just panning this like really bad off the bat, I think they're gonna regret it because I think it's gonna get as it's a mystery what's going on. It's a mystery.
At least let it play through.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
See what happens. It could be incredibly interesting what happens.
Maybe it won't be, but at least let it play out.
At least see what happens.
Play out.
At least see
then
what happens.
Say it sucks.
Right. At least see what happens.
They just want it to suck because they don't like Disney. Because of other reasons.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
It's unfortunate. It seems like there's a goal in
especially
mind.
when there's like kids doing it. Like,
yeah.
First of all, you don't like these are not even yours. Like if you were born in 2000, right? Like this isn't even your thing. So stop talking about it.
You don't think they are allowed to have?
No, it's not your thing.
They can't have an opinion.
You're lucky we let you watch this. Go watch some nonsense you have. That's annoying too. A kid talking about like Disney ruined it. Ruined it. You weren't born when it was made.
Well, everyone's entitled to an opinion.
No, they're not. Not when I become president.
President Dave.
There's a lot more pushback now too against the hate.
That I have
seen people speak up.
I have noticed.
Saying,
more people,
shut up.
More people are pushing back against all the
I see a lot of maybe you just don't like Star Wars. There's a lot of that. Like,
I don't know. It's just
take a break if you don't like what's going on.
And they're talking about the Rotten Tomatoes reviews on it.
Who cares?
Okay, but you know what? When people get really upset or they want to bitch about something, that's more of a motivator than I liked something and I'm going to go write like I didn't write a review on Rotten Tomatoes and I love the show. More people who like something are not going to write good reviews. But if you get upset, that's more likely you're going to go and have to, type all your feelings out. And they have shown that a lot of those reviews are AI generated as well.
Are they really?
Yeah, a lot of them are AI. So people are trying to review bomb it because that's what people
Can't they do something about that?
I don't know.
To verify that you're...
I don't know. That's up to Rotten Tomatoes.
What happened to the verify you're not a robot thing? That high-end security.
Right. Well, maybe AI's gotten around it.
Oh, yeah. He knows where the trees are now.
AI knows how many bicycles are in the 9 photos.
Sometimes I don't know where the bicycles are. Is that a tire? I don't know.
What pisses me off about those? Where there's a little sliver of a wheel or something or a bus in one of the other ones, and you click it and they say you're wrong.
Maybe you're a robot.
Then I wonder, maybe I'm a robot. Failed the robot test. The Boys is back with, they dropped, as of this taping, they dropped the first 3 episodes. Haven't watched it yet, but I'm thinking I'm going to binge them tonight. Eric Kripke, the showrunner, he's getting now. It's getting labeled. This show's getting labeled as woke now. Of course, The Boys, got to be one of the most unwoke shows of all time. Kripke says that the criticism of the series is woke. He tells unhappy fans to quote unquote go watch something else, but I'm certainly not going to pull any punches or apologize.
Good for him.
I mean, this show has not been any different since season 1. If people are all of a sudden starting to get upset or offended that it's calling out certain things in real life.
Pretty obvious from the start.
It's pretty obvious. Like, okay, you're a little slow. If you're looking at Homelander as a role model,
he's not the hero. What? You psychopath.
That should be like a test.
Yeah.
Like if you get that wrong,
you should be on a list.
You can't vote.
You should be on some sort of list. You can't get a gun now.
I mean, the show has been showing the dangers of both sides, by the way. They've shown the extremes of both sides. Newman is not exactly a good person in this, right? And she's on the other side. Yeah. So it's not taking sides. It's showing extremism is bad in all forms.
I mean, he's basically, who is a superhero.
Right. And then Anthony Starr also had to speak up because people are like, idolizing Homelander. And he said, that's a very strange thing that's happened with the character. Though he's clearly not a good guy, a lot of people have glommed onto him. There's a weird element out there that actually kind of idolize him. I've seen some shit on Twitter and I'm like, wait, what? You're missing the point entirely. If you're looking at Homelander as some kind of hero, I don't know. You got to see a therapist, really. You got to talk to somebody.
None of them are heroes.
They're
all bad people.
Even the good ones are not good.
No. Well, the Star, what's her name?
Starlight.
She's probably the best of all.
She's probably the best. Yeah. In the beginning, I mean, she was in it for the money a little bit too and the fame, but she has
a conscience.
Yeah, she has a conscience, and
so did the Wonder Woman kind.
She came around. Yeah, right. She turned around a little bit. Queen Maeve. Right. You can't be watching this and be rooting for Homelander. I mean, not.
Well,
at
you
least,
could be.
It better be in an ironic way. well, we're in a lot more trouble than I thought in this world.
Is this the last season?
This is season 4, and I believe they said Kripke said that 5 is going to be the end. So one more after this, and then it's over. Same, he did that with Supernatural before he left that show too, and that show went on for 10 more years after he left. But the first 5 seasons of Supernatural are really a self-contained thing. You don't even have to watch anything after season 5. That is such a great 5-year arc. It's perfect. It's one of the best 5-year. Oh, you got if you want to watch that, forget about seasons 6 through 15. Not that
6 through 15.
Yeah, exactly. Not that they're bad or anything. It's a great show. It's one of my favorite shows I've ever watched.
15 seasons.
Yeah, 15 seasons. It just was popular. It had always had the viewers.
WB?
Yeah, it was WB, right? It's their number 1 show.
Yeah.
Yeah. WB, then CW became
CW.
Right. And so if you really just want the best of it though, first 5 seasons of that show, and you can stop watching right there because it was one of the most perfect television arcs I've ever seen in a show. And it was supposed to end there, I think he left. And then they were like, ratings are too good.
Yeah. It's the only show people are watching on the network.
It's too good. And Smallville, more people watching Smallville. Yeah. So they were like, we got to keep it going. So it was still good. It was still good. A lot of great stuff in there from 6 to 15, but that perfect 5-year arc is incredible.
Why does the name Kripke sound familiar?
Eric Kripke?
Yeah, Kripke. Where's that from?
Oh, yeah. That is from something.
Big Bang Theory. That's all right.
Oh, yeah. Barry Kripke.
Yeah.
Barry Kripke, the guy with the lisp.
Like, Sheldon's nemesis.
Right. Sheldon's nemesis.
I knew it sounded
They always called him Kripke. Right. Very good. You get brownie points for that one.
I want money. So many brownie points. There's nothing to do with them.
No one
will take them.
You go to the bank and try to cash in your brownie points.
Tried to buy a house with brownie points. So many. Did you see that they left Caitlyn Clark off the Olympic basketball team?
Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
it would be the worst business decision ever.
That's really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, Christian Laettner was on the USA Dream Team. So
I don't care if you think she deserved it. Like, you're hemorrhaging money right now, and she's the savior. Do you know what a USA Caitlyn Clark jersey would have sold?
Yeah, would have sold.
They could have fixed everything. They could have gone out of debt with that jersey. I mean, They could
have fixed that bridge that collapsed up in where was that, Maryland or whatever? They could have repaired all the roads with their sales of her jersey.
National stage Olympics. All eyes on her. What are you doing?
I don't know. So
she didn't earn it?
It's maybe one of the worst decisions in sports.
Women say, well, she didn't earn it. Shut up.
Neither did Christian Laettner.
Who cares if she earned
it? He wasn't exactly. He never held his place against Magic and Jordan. And
it doesn't even matter though. This is the March of Dimes. Like, she has to be on that team. Like, you're trying to save this business. Nobody knows who's on that team other than her.
Maybe somebody can Tanya Harding, person on the team, get her on there.
I mean, you put her on the team. She's not the worst person on the team. She's playing well.
Who makes those decisions? Team USA, right? Yeah. So they have nothing to do with the NBA or WNBA.
I guess not, but you would think the NBA would say, hey, what are you doing?
What are you doing, right? Yeah, well, I mean, I guess that goes to show there's no collusion there because
or brains.
If there was ever if there was ever a case for not having the NBA and the Olympic Committee not being intertwined, it's that. Well, I mean, obviously no one's greasing any palms there because otherwise you would have put her on.
I don't understand the thinking behind it. What's the thought process?
I guess they're just being purist about it.
Purist? There's no one's gonna be watching anything now.
I know it's
you're gonna lose your business.
It's a bad move.
Purist.
It's a really bad move. It's a terrible.
There's a weird jealousy though towards her. I don't know what's going on, especially with women. Like, what do you?
Well, I mean, but that's not a lot. I mean, you
even if it's a little, why would anybody?
When Jordan, when LeBron came in the league, when these new flashy people come in the league, they get shit from the players. That's not any different than from
LeBron
with women
wasn't
or men.
Going to save the league.
Yeah, well, he didn't need to.
I'm saying it, but they need her to save the league.
Magic and Bird, when they came in, they got a lot of shit, and they did need to save the league. Okay, they took a lot of shit from people.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and they were both being ignorant. They were both being billed as the saviors. You know, they were putting a lot on their shoulders to save the
Magic
NBA.
got a huge contract.
Yeah, big contract. They all hated his guts. So stop with the the old women are catty thing. That's not true. It's the same exact thing with the guys. They just make more about it when women. Yeah, right. Women are not allowed to critique other women.
assholes.
Right, they're not allowed to critique other women, but guys can take apart guys all day long.
And the way she's handling it is unbelievable.
She's handling it well. Poise.
She's always outside signing things.
Poise is a big really part of being a great superstar, and she has it. Yeah,
she's getting knocked around. Like if that were me, I'd be in jail already. The way she's getting knocked around, because she don't fight back. She don't hit it. She just gets up and I would be walking by I would be yelling, "I am the WNBA." Everybody.
Remember what they did to Jordan? The Pistons did to Jordan.
Look what happened.
Yeah, right. You get pissed. You piss someone off with that kind of talent. They make you pay on the court. Yeah. Well, it was an opportunity wasted.
Real big opportunity.
There'll be other things as she progresses in her career. It's only her rookie year.
Yeah, but I mean, how long does the league have?
The league has as long as it wants.
There you go.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
People are upset. Oh, the NBA lost $50 million. They made $50 million, as I said the last sentence. It's
That's
nothing
concessions.
to them. They generate billions per year. $50 million is nothing. It's a drop in the bucket. They would have, if they were concerned about money, they would have canceled the league already. That's not what they're concerned about. Yeah. You know, the league helps them promote their league. It gets other interested people to come to their games. They get more women fans for the men's game.
They're selling out.
It works. Yeah, and now they're getting 22,000 at some of these games.
More than the Marlins
where she's playing. Yeah. You're right. More than the Marlins get, right?
On a Saturday night.
There are some baseball teams that wish they had WNBA numbers. Seriously. Just give it a chance. Let her have a career. So Quentin Tarantino, he gave his 20 greatest films, top 20 list.
10 are his. That's what I would do. Number 1, Pulp Fiction. Number 2, Pulp Fiction.
He does some of them twice.
Just to fill it up.
All 20 are his. They're just doubles. And number 18 is Kill Bill Part 2 again.
There's something weird in there, like Pretty in Pink. What?
Yeah, but he said there was a surprise on the list, which I would like credit for because I've been saying this forever. He said number 20 on his list is M. Night Shyamalan's Unbreakable, which
You're the only person who liked that movie?
Yeah, no, but I'm not just like that movie. I've been saying since I saw that movie, I have been touting that as one of the greatest movies ever made. And everyone says oh yeah, okay, it's a good movie, but it's not one of the greatest movies. Well, Mr. Tarantino agrees with me. It is one of the greatest movies ever made.
What does he know about movies?
I think he knows a little bit. Guy who's never made a bad movie in his life.
He said it was one of Bruce Willis's best performances.
It was.
I mean, he's not like an Oscar.
Okay, but if you're taking
compared to what?
Well, I mean, if you take all his performances, Moonlighting. Well, I mean, he's a good actor. He's not. He was. Not
Nobody's not an Oscar actor. He's an action
he wasn't.
guy.
But if you're saying for an action star, that was one of his best roles.
It was a good performance.
It was a very good performance. You could feel he was so sad. He was such a sad character, and you felt it. He was very good in that. And he's right. It's one of the greatest. It's one of my top 5 films all time, like Desert Island films that could only bring 5 films, and that would be one of them. That would definitely be one of them. It's such a perfect film, especially the ending. It's one of the great. I say it's a better ending than The Usual Suspects.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not a surprise ending.
What do you mean it's not You're fired. You're fired. Get the fuck out. It's not a surprise ending. It's not a surprise ending that Samuel L. Jackson was Mr. Glass. He was the villain all along. That wasn't a surprise.
I mean, yeah, but you can kind of see it coming.
Don't say but yeah.
You can kind of see it coming. It's not as big a surprise.
What do you mean see it coming?
As Usual Suspects.
Oh, you knew that was coming.
Yes.
I knew that Bruce Willis was dead way before I knew that.
Well, so did I. That was obvious.
I knew that way before I knew that way before Mr. Glass was the villain of the movie and he was behind all the accidents.
Yeah, but I mean, The Usual Suspects, that's the biggest twist ever. That's crazy.
I think it's one of the best of all time, but I think Unbreakable is a better film and the ending to that is more consequential than
I think
Suspects.
The Usual is a better film.
Well, you're wrong. How you like that?
Let's just end the podcast. Can't go forward if we can't agree on that.
But it is an underrated film, and I'm glad he added that to his list, because maybe now more people who never saw it.
That's a superhero film?
That's 100%.
So where do you put that in superhero films? Top 5?
Oh, I think if you're just saying superhero films, not stuff, that is based on...
I'm going to name Marvel films. You tell me if it's better than it.
Oh, okay.
Iron Man 1.
It's better.
Better than Iron Man 1.
It's better than Iron Man 1, yeah.
Civil War.
It's better.
Really?
Yeah.
Endgame. Watch yourself.
See, that's difficult because it's not the same type of film. It's not an adaptation.
They're superhero movies.
Yeah, they're superhero movies. If I just have to say the quality of the film,
no.
Pure
What's
quality,
the better film? Don't try to sneak out of it. What's the better film?
I'm bringing both of them with me to the desert island.
You're not bringing anything with you to the island.
I'm taking both of those to the desert island.
I would take only Zack Snyder movies with me, and then I would kill myself.
So you wouldn't be on the island long, right?
Yeah, torture myself.
I brought Sucker Punch, and that's it. I'm not going to be there long.
Only Snyder cuts. That's all I'm bringing with me.
You end up living on the island like 12 years because of the Snyder cuts.
And I still haven't seen all of them. Just don't have the time.
The boat comes to rescue you.
Wait. I'm almost done. I'm just getting through the Snyder cut.
I'm on chapter 16 of Justice League Noir.
It's the black and white one. It's completely different.
The rescue.
Leave me.
All right, so just a little, a smidgen of pigeon of political stuff.
That's not what I was saying.
Just a smidgen, okay? The Supreme Court ruled that those bump stock devices that you put on rifles do not constitute a machine gun. And, so all you've heard about is, how those things make semi-automatic weapons into machine guns, and that was used in that terrible shooting in Las Vegas. So it's a good thing to go on and try to educate yourself. Like, find out, okay, let me see what this thing really does. All right. So this guy, and this is a really good video. He's not partisan at all. He just got on there and he showed you, like, listen, I'm going to show you how this works. This is what it does, and that's it. And you make your own decisions. So I watched this. It is really well done. First, he shows you what it looks like to just shoot the gun regularly. And then he shows you what it's like after he puts the bump stock on.
That puts a bullet into the chamber. Safety is now off, and I'm ready to fire. That was relatively quick.
So that's what it's like when you don't have the device on there. Oh, and by the way, this guy's name is Jerry Rig Everything on YouTube. Check out some of his...
Is that his legal name?
Jerry Rig Everything. He's got 8 million subscribers. So he doesn't really need our help. But
we need his help.
We need his help, right. Go check him out. Really cool video. And then this is what it's like when he puts the bump stock on.
The stock is functional. Safety is off. We're loaded. And let's see how this works. Okay.
What's the difference?
That was faster than I expected.
So, I mean, you cannot deny that's a machine gun. Okay, you can't say that is because it has a device on it and it pulls the trigger for you, that it's not a machine gun. We can't live in a world like that where you see with your own eyes something that's obviously true, and then you twist and turn it so that you can get a favorable, whatever lobbyists are lining your pockets at the time, so that you can put that through as legal. The excuse that one of the judges made was that, because you still have to pull the trigger each time for the bullet to come out. Yes, you do, but it pulls it for you by you just putting your finger in it, and then it bounces up against your finger.
So you're not pulling.
You're not pulling the trigger.
Right.
You're literally not moving a muscle. It moves it for you. It's banging the trigger into your finger repeatedly, very, very quick, faster than you could ever pull it. So it is automatic. It is a machine doing the work for you. And for people that have they have cops in their family, or cops who are friends. Do you want that kind of thing out there for anyone to get? Like, because who's buying that? First of all,
You need that for a deer?
Right. Yeah. Are you hunting with that? Like either you just want to show off or you have, malicious intentions. These things, they got to be more regulated than just go to Dick's or wherever to get these things. I don't know where you get these things or any gun store. Yeah, right. I don't think actually they sell guns anymore. I think they stopped selling guns. But you can't just be able to walk in and turn your rifle into a machine gun like that.
Can you put that on any gun? Or it has to be on a rifle.
And it has. Well, it's made for the back stock of a rifle. So that whole part where you put it into your shoulder, that's what comes off, and then the other thing goes on. So anything where you can take off that portion, and that's what it'll do. It'll turn into a machine gun. You can't. There are limits. There are limits to everything. There are limits to free speech. You can't go threatening people, right? There's limits to everything. Just because it's in the Constitution doesn't mean it's limitless. You don't want people with grenades in their house, do you? That's arms too. You want rocket launchers, tanks? Are you allowed to get that stuff? Right? You're not allowed to go buy a grenade. So
not yet. Give it a couple of years.
We're not having the argument, are there boundaries? We're having the argument where the boundaries lie. That's what we're having the argument.
Well, I think some people are having the argument that there shouldn't be any boundaries.
Right. Okay. Well, then you have to remove all the boundaries from everything. All right. So then I can go and just threaten someone's life. All right. And no one can touch me for it. Or I can threaten, important people's life, and no one should be able to touch me for it, because that would be a limitless Wild Wild West type of society.
That's what they want.
Well, no one wants that.
Some people do.
Maybe they think they want that, but the reality of it would be tragic.
Well, of course it would.
Yeah. So. They got to do something about that. They got to put something.
Well,
through Congress.
Did.
Yeah, right. But they undid it, right? Well, so now they have to put something through Congress and get.
And that was, who did that?
Well,
that they undid.
We can't say the names because every time we do, the video gets flagged. So we can't say either side's names.
To say the name.
Right, but that was his thing. That was.
Well, he was just pandering.
Him on the right. That was his thing that they reversed. And it was a thing that it was like the one good thing that he ever did. And now the Supreme Court reversed that.
Even if you shot up like an animal with that, it's just littered with bullets.
No,
you can't eat it, right?
You cannot argue for the usefulness of this thing beyond murdering a bunch of people. That's the only thing it does. It doesn't, it's completely inaccurate. So it's only good for shooting into a crowd. That's the only point of it. So
why would a civilian need to shoot into a crowd?
Yeah, I mean, these questions should be asked if you try to buy one. There should be special. It should be as hard to get one of these as it is to get a machine gun, which is very difficult to do. There's a lot of.
Why would you need a machine gun?
I don't know.
I
really don't know.
What's the good excuse for getting
just
because
you're a hobbyist and that's what you want?
A hobbyist?
Yeah.
I'm a hobbyist.
Right.
And I have a missile launcher.
I have guns. I'm a gun owner.
No, you threaten me all the time with them.
but you gotta have some sense of responsibility to not only to yourself, but society in general. It's okay. Yeah, the right to bear arms. Up to where? Up to where? I don't want my neighbors having explosives in their house.
Well, it escalates, right? Like you get that, then your neighbor gets that, and then your neighbor gets something bigger, and then you get something bigger, right? That's how it happens. That's the problem.
And then we blow up each other's houses. There's certain things that are really a danger to society, which these military-style weapons that you cannot justify them as being, home protection. Like unless you're getting invaded by the Chinese army or the
Foot Clan.
Yeah, unless the Foot Clan are coming to your house at night and you have to wipe.
So, I think I could take most of the Foot Clan. They don't look like they're that,
Well, the
old movies,
Robot Foot Clan.
No, the first movie.
The first movies.
Yeah,
they weren't bad.
Those guys were dummies. You need like a frying pan, and you can do away with 10 of them.
They weren't the smartest fighters.
No.
That's true. But hopefully they can put something through to get this under control. Yeah, good. Let's get off the heavy topic and get to comic time.
Just more gun stuff.
So I don't have anything. I don't have any new books to show.
Let's get out of here. Like, subscribe.
But if you notice, there's an empty spot.
You're moving.
That was DC Presents number 26, the first appearance of Teen Titans. I sent that to CGC to get signed by Jim Starlin, the cover artist for that. It's the UK variant of that too. So there's not a lot of them on the census. I think there's only like maybe 10 or 20 at the most.
10 or 20?
Yeah, total of that variant, the 15 pence.
And you have one of them?
Yeah. Well, no, that total on the CGC. I was like, I forgot. You're a new. You don't understand things.
You have a life.
You're the CGC census is a culmination of all the books that have been sent into CGC. Just because it's not on their census doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
So who cares?
Well, it gives you an idea for how many of them are out there that are graded, and in the grade, in what grades they are out there available in.
Sounds like a scam that CGC does to make them sound important.
It's not a scam. It's a good tool. You don't know shit. It's a good tool so that you can see, like, oh, is this a book that has not been graded a lot? Is this something could be rare? Maybe they're hard to find.
Maybe they're not.
Well, maybe they're hard to find in good condition. So there's only a handful on there, or a little more than a handful, that are actually signed by him and graded in the 15 pence UK variant. But so now I have empty spot. And I have to figure out
Supergirl.
There actually is one in here with Supergirl, but it's not in a way you're going to want to see her.
That doesn't sound right.
That sounds bad. So I whittled it down to this pile, but I actually have better ones. This is really just a placeholder because I have better ones in a box that I'm cleaning and pressing. Those are like really good books. So it's probably going to be one of those. But for the meantime, got to put one of these in there to fill the hole. So you know that one, of course.
Yeah.
That's always a classic, right? Superman 75, Death of the newsstand edition. I always like the newsstand cover of this better than the
black.
black.
It came in that sealed black there.
No, this one didn't come in the black bag. The one in the black bag was the Tombstone one. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was the newsstand version. I always thought that was the cooler cover. This is Captain Marvel 26, first cover appearance of Thanos. See him in the window up there? That's the first time he's ever on a cover.
Hey, shut up down there. Trying to sleep. That's what that looks like.
That's his first appearance in a book.
Opens up a window.
The complaining neighbor. Now here's your Supergirl, but she's dead.
Oh, that's no fun.
Infinite Crisis number, what is it? Number 7.
I don't like that one.
This is where the original Kara Zor-El dies. But this after this, there was many decades of a clone, an alien that pretended to be her. All kinds of other different Supergirls until she came back in the one that you like so much in that cover.
It's really not a functional costume.
Right. Yeah, the old skirt.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, not
really,
even
a skirt.
Not a functional superhero costume. And you got the George Perez.
Nope. Too many women. They're all white though, so that's good.
George Perez, Wonder Woman from the 80s. This is one of her classic series that really brought the character back. Super Friends #1. That's cool.
That's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool, right?
Is that like a?
That's the theme song to my Comic Time.
Is it?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
I haven't seen it. I was fast forward past that.
You've never watched this segment, have you? Suicide Squad #1. First ongoing series. It's a pretty cool cover, right?
Yeah. Do you have a Suicide Squad up?
No. I don't have a Suicide Squad up. This one actually used to be up there, but then it got replaced. So maybe maybe it makes a comeback.
That's second place now.
That's second place now? Okay. This is that series I was talking about with Michael Turner. This is Superman Batman #4. Right. And this is the first appearance of Terry McGinnis, Batman Beyond, in the official DC continuity. Apart from the comic book that was based off the cartoon. This is the first time he was actually in the actual DC canon story. Silver Surfer #44, the first Infinity Gauntlet comic.
That's cool.
That's cool, right?
That's the first one of the series?
This is the first time the Infinity Gauntlet is in a comic book.
Oh.
First appearance of the Infinity Gauntlet.
I like that one.
That's a cool one, right? Yeah. And then Shazam #1.
That's really Shazam #1?
Yeah, it's not the first appearance of Shazam, but it's the first of his own series. Yeah, and when he wasn't called Captain Marvel anymore because they had that whole rights, that big long legal drama.
You don't like that one?
This one?
That's different.
This is the winner?
I think so.
Really? I don't agree. I'm gonna put what I want.
Shitty contest. I like the Silver Surfer one. Put them all up.
Only got one spot.
Put them all in the same spot.
Just thick. All right. So which one are you picking?
I like the Death of Superman.
Death of Superman.
Yeah.
Oh, that's classic. That's
yeah.
classic. All right. Well, if you think Dave is wrong, then tell us in the comments which book
have them decide.
Which book should have gone up and make sure to tell him how wrong he is if he was wrong.
I really care.
He'll lament over it for weeks. Some movie news. Fans are already trying to pick out replace Tom Hardy in Venom for the MCU Venom. And a lot of people are saying Alan Richardson, which I think would be a perfect Eddie Brock, like really perfect. You know, he looks the part, he's got the height, he's got the build.
They're going to get him in there some way.
He's such a good actor. He's so great in Reacher. Did you watch Reacher?
Mm-mm.
Oh, man. Great. Second season, I thought was not going to be as good as the first one. It might have been a little better in some parts.
It's like good. Like, isn't it just like action stupid?
It's not stupid. No, he's a really interesting character. He is kind of like unbeatable. He's kind of like Superman. Like no one can beat him.
I like that.
But you like that. I know you like that.
Yeah.
But he is like untouchable a little bit. You know, you can't
you
can't outsmart him. You can't outfight him. He is what he is. But it's a good show, and it's a good show with good supporting cast too. They have good people around them as well, and the writing is good. And I really enjoyed season 2. But if they make him MCU Venom,
they're definitely not using Tom Hardy.
I don't know. Who knows what they're going to do? You know, after this independent Venom is over, they're going to have to bring a Venom into the MCU. It's somehow, some way. I don't know if Tom Hardy is down for doing. I think he is strangely good at it. Like at first, I didn't really think he did the same thing with Bane, right? Everyone was saying, what kind of voice is that? But that worked. That ended up working very well. And he did the same thing. He made him like a kind of a weird guy, you know, with all these twitches and idiosyncrasies.
The comic book character was like a boring.
He was like a bully,
guy.
you know. He was like a bully. He was like a stereotypical bully. So Tom Hardy gave him some personality.
You can't flesh that out in a movie.
No, he's done a good job with the character. There's a little too much humor in those movies for my liking.
Sony,
right. Sony's terrible, and the writing is just all over the place. It's not a fluid storyline. It's not a fluid plot. But if they do end up going, I would definitely back Alan Richardson for.
I could see that.
Yeah, he'd be a great MCU Venom
if he's not Batman.
Yeah. Well, I'm rooting for Jensen Ackles on that one. I think he would be excellent. It's probably going to be none of what we want. We never get what we want. It's always somebody else, and then we learn to get along with that.
Timothy Chalamet is going to be Batman.
Timothy, I just watched Dune 2 again. Like the third time.
I watched the original.
That is, you did?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
My nightmare.
Yeah, it's a nightmare movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean when I was telling about how it was kind of gross? Like there was
it's just a weird.
It was weird and gross. I watched the second one though again for like the third time. That is
a great movie.
It's fantastic. Yeah. What a great film.
It's better than any Hobbit movie.
Yeah, and Chalamet, make fun of him all you want. Great actor.
He was good in it. Yeah. You know what those Venom movies are? They're popcorn movies.
Yeah, I could categorize them as that. They're good popcorn movies, right? Like remember the old Eddie Izzard bit? Yeah, Eddie Izzard is like, you're popcorn.
Just mindless.
Just mindless popcorn movies. It's just staring at the screen like a deer in headlights. That's true. They are those kind of films. They're fun and entertaining. They're promotion. They promote junk food is what they do. Say
obesity.
What do you think? What's the best candy for watching a movie? Best candy for watching, but not the best candy ever. Best candy for watching a movie.
For watching, I mean, popcorn doesn't count.
No, popcorn's not a candy.
I love Twizzlers. I always love Twizzlers.
Twizzlers are tight.
Oh, tight, yeah.
Twizzlers are tight. Those are good.
Because it's not messy,
right?
And you can hold on.
See, that's part of it. See, what's a good candy for watching a movie? You don't want something.
Chocolate is
when the lights go on. Oh fuck! It's all
look like you came to the movie in blackface.
It's always somewhere you don't want it to be. Yeah, chocolate can't be in the running for best unless it's coated like M&Ms. But then you get the shell coloring all over your hands. Yeah. So those aren't the greatest either. Same thing with Skittles. If you can get those.
How many Skittles can you eat? I mean,
I told you I once ate.
I know, but that's not normal. Reese's Pieces are good.
I once ate a Walmart-sized bag of
Skittles.
That's
a problem.
And that was an issue. Bad time in my life. But I'm feeling much better now.
The Skittles era.
The Skittles era, right? Yes, Reese's Pieces.
Those are very
Those
good.
are awesome.
Yeah. You
Yes.
could go through a bag of those.
Those
Easy.
are awesome. Reese's Pieces, Twizzlers.
Snow Caps, I threw up once on Snow Caps, so I can't eat them anymore.
Fucking
Yeah,
terrible.
I remember I threw up and I could
Those
never
are the
eat them again.
worst.
What is that?
I don't know. It's like
It's
some
like
kind of
bitter chocolate.
Yeah, it's like baking chocolate. it's like we dare you to eat these.
It's like unfinished.
I think they make them hard like that, so they're just really weapons to throw at people or at the screen. Those are horrible. Same thing with-
Raisinets, which is just fruit. Like, get that out of here.
right.
Stop
and again,
it.
you have the chocolate problem.
Yeah, but it's raisins.
They melt. Yeah.
What are you, 100 years old?
Yeah, raisins. Yeah. That's like you don't go to that house on Halloween anymore that
No.
gives out the Raisinets.
And candy bars, I don't really count as movie food.
No, but again, it's I mean, what candy bar is better because it at least protects your hand from getting messy because you can unwrap it.
I don't like a candy
But they don't
bar.
sell candy bars at
Really?
movie theaters anymore. No, they don't.
You can
Bars
get a
like a full
Twix?
bar. Usually they'll sell them like you get like the Kit Kat bites or something like that. They
Yeah.
come in a bag. I guess maybe they do sell bars at some.
They used to.
No, they do. They probably do some in some places. I haven't seen them in a while though. It's usually like a bag of minis now.
Yeah.
I see more often.
Here's a bunch of mini Snickers, fatso. You like Snickers? Here's a bunch of minis to make you
It's
feel
almost
better.
like they're taunting you.
Yeah.
They made them small on
Yeah,
purpose.
you're going to eat 10 bars, but here, we'll call them minis. You pile of shit. Enjoy the movie. Milk Duds are good. I like Milk Duds. I don't
Milk
get
Duds?
Sour Patch Kids.
No, but again, Milk Duds is chocolate.
Yeah, but you could always just, throw the box up. You know what I mean? Like a real gross human being. Nom, 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 nom.
Starbursts.
Starburst? Who's eating? How many Starbursts do you eat at once?
No, not many. You can't eat all.
You gotta
Mike
unwrap
and,
'em?
Mike and Ike's. Mike and Ike's.
But the Mike and Ike's is a box in the mouth candy.
I don't eat anything like that.
Oh, maybe I have an issue.
You have an entire food group of box in the mouth.
There's a Mike and Ike's. There's a movie, an 80s movie where someone's chugging Mike and Ike's.
Really?
Yes. I don't know what it is.
Now, were they fruit or regular Mike and Ike's?
I don't
Like the
remember.
disgusting.
Maybe it was Juji fruit.
Oh, see, you don't even know what the.
Someone's got a box of candy and he's throwing it back.
Oh, well, a box of
constantly.
candy could be anything. That could be any
It's
movie.
Juji fruit. I think
You
it's
just
Juji
like
fruits.
you just described like a ton of movies.
I think it's Seinfeld. I think it's Kramer. Didn't Kramer do that one?
The Seinfeld
With
was
Juji
the
Fruits?
Junior Mints.
No, I know
episode.
that. But he did something with Juji fruits too.
Oh.
Oh, well, it's Elaine. Remember Elaine is sitting in the hospital bed
Yes.
and she keep knocking back the box
Well, the guy's
he's dying, and then he has to explain to him that she got the candy
Right.
after she got the call.
No idea.
But she keeps knocking them back. And she's
Oh,
talking
really?
while it's her
That's
mouth
what
is
you're
full.
talking about.
Yeah. About that episode. Watch that episode.
All right. So the winner for me is, I think you're right. I think it is.
I love a Twizzler.
I
A bag
think
of Twizzlers.
I think it is.
A good giant bag of Twizzlers.
Yeah, when the big,
I can knock that
the
back.
long ones, right? Yeah, they're extra
Not
long.
the grapevine. What are those?
Oh,
Red vines?
Red
Fuck
vines.
off,
Yeah,
Red
fuck,
Vines.
fuck off, Red Vines.
That's
That's
like
a dollar discount store Twizzler.
Yeah, that's like Hunt's ketchup. Fuck out of here.
Hunt's ketchup. Find all those people.
That's part of the same people who white wrong. Hunt. Why do they sell that?
Hunt's ketchup. I don't know.
Disgusting.
It should be illegal.
And Kraft mayonnaise.
Yeah, Hellman's. That's it.
Like
Only
you go to a
Hellmann's.
house that has Kraft mayonnaise. Get the fuck out of there.
Get out of there. It's like that movie.
Get out.
It's like Get Out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you find all three of those in the fridge, fucking get the fuck out of there.
Hunt's ketchup. Heinz mayonnaise.
No, Heinz mayonnaise. Kraft mayonnaise.
Oh, right. Kraft mayonnaise and
And
red,
Red
vines,
Vines.
in the same kitchen.
That is a white trash starter kit right there.
Oh, wait. You forget an important cog to that one. Miracle Whip.
Oh,
I
So-
like Miracle Whip.
what?
Yeah, it's good.
It's disgusting.
It's tangy.
Yeah, so is Hellman's when it goes bad. That's what that is. They take the Hellman's that goes bad and they relabel it.
Well, that's cheap. That's that low overhead.
It's a little tangy, but it's fine. Tangy.
I like it occasionally, not all the time. Most of the time, Hellman's.
When?
Actually, you know what? Lately is what's bad. I'm gonna blasphemy here. Dukes.
No, Dukes is not bad.
Dukes is better
Dukes is
than
not bad.
Hellman's.
Dukes is very good. It's
Say Dukes is better than Hellman's, you pancake eating motherfucker.
You know
It
what?
is. It's better.
but it's not as it's unhealthy. Like Dukes is what you get in like a Subway sandwich, tuna sandwich. You know, they use that hard.
They're not. Dukes is probably pricier than Hellman's by the gallon.
I know, but it's like a heavy fat mayonnaise.
Yeah, but you're always telling me that, it's not bad. Fats are not the problem. It's sugar.
Well,
and
they
all
are
that
if you
stuff.
have too much of it.
Yeah, but for most people.
Doesn't mean slather the fat on, stupid. Like, what do you
Duke's
mean?
is tasty.
It is. It's very good mayonnaise.
Yeah, better than Heinz. It's better than the other
I wouldn't
ones.
argue that.
Yeah. Better not. Well, I think that's a good send-off for the show, a mayonnaise debate. Is there anything more white than what we just did and debated mayonnaise? We literally just debated mayonnaise. I don't think there's a more white segment on any show of all time.
You can only get that kind of hard-hitting stuff here.
Right here at the Unchosen Ones.
Joe Rogan's not debating mayonnaise. He doesn't have the balls. Flat Earth shit.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Next week, we indulge in tomato pastes. Next week, we go over 9-grain breads.
And country clubs. It's our urban segment. Catch up with us next time.
All we do are condiment puns. That's it.
We relish you watching us.